Before I went looking for any meaningful statistical analysis or objective way to see the world, I decided to read a load of conspiracy theories to answer my unanswered questions and whatever, because in the flow of knowledge, the conspiracy theory follows the assassin's bullet and other untimely deaths, making both very popular. So I needed to indulge in just one of them as a short diversion, because it caught me as being particularly dire, especially considering my family history and how terrifying it is to run for your life. I read that there is an alternative ending to the story of World War II and the end of Hitler's life. You see, Hitler may have run for his life in a pre-planned escape by U-boat to the incredibly barren coast of Patagonia in Argentina, a place I really wanted to go anyway, and from where he would have run to hide in the Andes, a crossing that was unpopulated back then and as visible by time-lapse still is. Because of Hitler, a few years earlier, my father also landed in America. My grandfather was a German Jewish engineer who had to make a hasty run from Germany to Detroit when his neighbor told him that the SS had come for him while he was away at a family picnic. Because he was of such value to his company, his passport hadn't yet been confiscated by the Nazis, so he ran for the train station aided by my grandmother. My grandmother was a Christian, and she fled with my father, his sister, and brother to Switzerland, and had to put the children in an orphanage while she worked cleaning jobs to earn enough money so that they could all follow and settle in Detroit. They were booked at Ellis Island. Asked to say something at her 100th birthday, she said, "God bless America." Jews in my family had lived peacefully in Prussia since before 1783, but my grandfather's brother and his mother died in Hitler's concentration camps, and somewhere in my family history, one of my ancestors likely suffered enslavement because Jews were the slaves of ancient Babylon. The degrading prejudice created to rationalize slavery and war seems to leave stains forever, apparently. No matter how brilliant, talented, or innovative individuals of color are, races are still singled out, degraded, and even given a back seat in the history books. Like in Nazi Germany and Cambodia, we savvy up a new generation of youth with prejudice for another round of needless destruction. Well, the interesting thing about investigating conspiracy theories is that the agents in the field always sent memos, and those memos were always mysteriously lost. But that's what makes me think. Because it would be impossible for Hitler to live out his years in Argentina without somebody pretty important knowing about it. So this is a curious place we've come. Many people around here, when you say, "I'm looking for the house of Adolf Hitler," they don't say, "You're a crazy person." They say, "Oh, it's over here in Analco." And it's not an easy place to get to, and it's very well protected. So the story is very believable because Hitler had gold he'd stolen from all over Europe. And he had very devoted followers who helped him escape. So if this is true, history is not. Looks a lot like the Berghoff.
Para mí es una mentira, porque Perón era amigo del eje, era simpatizante del eje, pero no creo que Hitler estuvo acá. No, Hitler no. Hitler estuvo en Alemania, estuvo atendiendo la Segunda Guerra Mundial, no creo que tuvo tiempo para venir acá, no.
Maybe they just hear you speak, but they don't really listen to what you're saying, and it's annoying when it happens with my friends or with my family, but it's certainly a problem when it happens with the rest of the world. politicians or people in government, whatever. It's a problem nowadays. It's a very difficult and hard and deep problem.
Porque entiendo que la confianza es el único modo de entablar relaciones durables. La confianza yo la entiendo como el producto de la libertad y la responsabilidad. Y es el mayor factor de progreso de naciones, de pueblos, de familias y de organizaciones. Sin confianza estamos desunidos. En cambio, si tenemos confianza uno en el otro, podremos hacer cosas juntas y nuestros pueblos y el mundo en general serán prósperos. That's all.
New Zealand's kind of a unique place, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit lost in the South Pacific, yeah.
Yes, and but you guys have you have a strong environmental movement.
Yep, very
You've been
strong.
looking after your land,
Yeah.
and but do you feel it's frustrating to look at the rest of the world when you have a small country, it's a smaller population, maybe you have some benefits of that.
Yep.
But when you see, like, I'm from the United States, we're chewing up resources. We're we're the mouth of the world. I mean,
Yeah.
So you want to?
Frustrated by that? No, I don't know. I think we're learning a lot, and I think we're learning a lot quicker. And actually, I think the United States, for all its sins, has led us in the world a lot in the environmental movement for years and years and years. And they started research in the 60s and 50s around environmental research. So actually, we've got a lot of good reason to listen to what it comes out of the States sometimes.
Now, why did you write this?
Because I think this is the more important thing in this world, to love each other, to love animals, to love the forest, to love everyone and everybody. And in this, there are a lot of wars. Every day there's a different war in different country, and this is for all the species in this world. We need to love and to care each other. That's just that.
Yeah, it's like, welcoming to you is always a good sign. That means maybe you have the good vibes, so they feel that and they want to see you and to talk to you or to communicate with you. Definitely the world knows that we don't come in their world with bad intentions. So all this is very positive, and I just hope that this world will be here and for the next generation to come. I want my daughter to see these worlds. I want her children, to see them, and I hope that this world will be still there.
I don't know if we can save ourselves, but free speech is an essential human right. We are not alone on this earth. But under the sea I found a better place than on land, and in the southern right whale, the friendliest creature I've ever met. I tried to be an activist for the wishes written on the whiteboard, although peace is the biggest challenge. Just clearing landmines from one field in Cambodia is a huge task in itself. The change coming before us is unprecedented in human history. The question is, can we undergo the business of training politicians to prepare us? Peace starts with the individual. It takes more balls to love than to fight, and nature proves it with the right whales. The right whale, the rarest of the whales left on the planet, has the largest testicles ever measured at over 1,100 pounds each. The balls it takes to be a lover of the capacity of the southern right whales is incredible. They are really the friendliest creature I've ever seen of any size in the wild. They just happen to be so huge and so friendly that if they see anyone, they will even stop making love and join you, like this one. With so few left, right whales need to mate, so the government of Argentina gives limited permits to film them, or else tourists would make them extinct just by swimming near. Right whales are so friendly that they don't fight for their mates, so over millions of years of evolution, the most truly fertile males with the biggest testicles have more seeds and thus give themselves bigger odds at keeping more large testicle-featured boys in the family. The evidence is clear. Carrying 1-ton balls means he's a love machine. The lover world champion is the right whale, and we won't see them in coming generations because we are incapable of the love to save them. And war is a disgrace in the face of so many suffering needs. Many large cojonid humans have been killed by small knackered ones with a gun or a knife or a samurai sword, so we never develop the big balls it takes for love. We regulate love with culture, laws, and religion, and market it with sex. It's a special thing to meet someone. I can't imagine hate taking a lover away for reasons of religious power, private administration, or political control. If we want to have big balls, we need to learn to love and be happy for people in love, no matter how that love is.